Hi friends, welcome back. Today I want to go back in our story, The Great Kapok Tree, and discuss some of our vocabulary words and how to visualize. I want to understand why the author chose these specific words and how they help us comprehend the story. Did you know that authors usually choose special words to help their audience visualize the book in their mind? Kind of like a movie. Have you ever read a book and start to imagine what the character looks like, or maybe what the setting looks like? I do it all the time when I read, and I'm able to picture it because of the words the author provides. Let's talk more about visualizing. I want you to pretend like you were at the movies with your friends or family. During this movie, you drank too much soda and have to go to the bathroom. You're afraid you're going to miss a good part of the movie, so you ask your family and friends to fill you in when you get back. When you come back into the theater, you ask them what you missed. They said that there was a green giant in the movie. Can you picture this in your mind? You ask for more details about this green giant, and your friend says, his hair was the color of strawberry jam. Did the picture in your mind of the giant change? Do you picture this green giant with reddish hair now? Your other friend chimes in and says, yeah, and the giant has one brown eye and one blue eye. Here we go again. My mental image is changing. Each new detail I get in the picture in my head changes. That's what visualizing is all about. Taking the details and descriptions and trying to picture them in your mind. I feel like you have a pretty good idea what visualizing is, and I know you've done it plenty of times before. Let's try it out with the Great Kapok Tree. A troop of monkeys scampered down from the canopy of the Kapok Tree. They chattered to the sleeping man. Senor, we have seen the ways of man. You chop down one tree, then come back for another and another. The roots of these great trees will wither and die, and there will be nothing left to hold the earth in place. When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away and the forest will become a desert. Can you picture the monkeys climbing down to talk to the sleeping man? The word scampered really helped me visualize how the monkeys got down from the kapok tree. The monkeys told the man that the roots of the kapok tree will wither and die. I know that wither is one of our vocabulary words, and it means to dry up. Why would the author Lynn Cherry use the word wither instead of something else? Turn and tell someone nearby or comment below. I think the author used the word wither because it helps us create a better picture in our minds. I can really imagine the big kapok tree dying and the roots shrinking up because of the man chopping it down. I think wither was a great word to use to help us understand the consequences if the man decides to chop down the tree. Let's turn to another page. A jaguar had been sleeping alone along a branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended into the dappled light and shadows of the understory, no one had noticed him. Now he leapt down and padded silently over to the sleeping man. He growled in his ear, Senor, the kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. If you cut it down, where will I find my dinner? After reading this page, can you imagine what the jaguar looks like and sounds like when talking to the man? I like how the author used the word growled when describing how the jaguar sounds when speaking to the man. He growled in his ear. I know that jaguars are fierce, so I can't imagine them having a squeaky voice. Did you happen to hear another vocabulary word on this page? Right, it's dappled. Remember, dappled means marked with spots or rounded patches. I want you to turn to somebody nearby or comment below. Why did the author use the word dappled to describe the light coming through the rainforest? Right. I think the author used this specific word because it shows that the trees are covering up most of the sunlight, but it peeks through in some spots. There are a few openings where the light can get through, which help the spotted jaguar blend in. Let's try another vocabulary word and visual it in our minds. A child from the Yanomamo tribe who lived in the rainforest knelt over the sleeping man. He murmured in his ear, "Señor, when you awake, please look upon us all with new eyes." Lynn Cherry used the word murmured to describe how the child is speaking to the sleeping man. Would it be appropriate for her to use a different word here, such as yell, scream, shouted? Why not? Turn and tell someone nearby or comment below. The man is sleeping, so I don't think the child wants to wake him. It's almost like the child is telling the man a secret, and we wouldn't want to yell or shout those. The rainforest is a peaceful place. I think the word murmur is a good choice to help us visualize how the child is speaking. Murmur means to make a soft, muffled, continuous sound. Can you think of any other words that might mean the same thing as murmur? Comment below with a synonym for the word murmur. Some synonyms I came up with are buzz, whisper, hum, rumble. Let's try another page. The man awoke with a start. Before him stood the rainforest child, and all around him, staring, were the creatures who depended upon the great kapok tree. What wondrous and rare animals they were. Why would our author, Lynn Cherry, use the word wondrous here? Remember, that means magnificent, wonderful. Why would she use that word to describe all of these animals? Right, these animals are special. Their home is the rainforest. They're colorful, they're smart, and they care about their home. Can you think of another word she could have used? Maybe magnificent, splendid. Tell somebody nearby, can you come up with a word instead of wondrous, a synonym? Let's try another page. The man looked about and saw the sun streaming through the canopy. Spots of bright light glowed like jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, suspended from the great kapok tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers. He felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor, but he heard no sound, for the creatures were strangely silent. I heard a vocabulary word, and it was fragrant. So our author Lynn Cherry picked this word for a specific reason. If you remember, fragrant means having a pleasant smell. So how does this word, fragrant, help us visualize in our mind what the man is going through in the rainforest right now? Tell somebody nearby, why did she pick this word, fragrant? I think she used the word fragrant to help describe the smell of the rainforest. There must be a lot of different flowers. I can see one down here in the picture, and they must smell really good. So I can imagine the man sleeping and smelling all of these new flowers. I think Lynn Cherry does a really good job of using verbs and describing words to help us picture this book in our minds. She also says on this page, spots of bright light glowed like jewels amidst the dark green forest. I can really picture that in my head. How about he felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor? Can you picture that in your head? What does it look like? Our last page in the book says, he hesitated. Then he dropped the axe and walked out of the rainforest. The last vocabulary word for us in this book is hesitated. Why would Lynn Cherry pick that word? Hesitated means to stop or pause because of not being sure. So what is he not sure about? Think back to what all of the animals were saying to him. Why would he pause? Why didn't he drop the axe? Why did he walk out of the rainforest? Tell somebody nearby. I bet you are experts at visualizing now. Next time you are reading, try it out. Read a page of your book out loud and then with someone nearby describe what you are imagining in your head. What do the characters look like? How are you picturing the setting? Take turns with friends or family and see how their mental images are different from yours. Maybe even try to draw a picture. Stay tuned for our next video. We will be having a comprehension quiz on the Great Kapok Tree.